Okay, just a short video from me. We're back to freezing again. I have been keeping a journal since the start of my being very serious about reselling, and that was in mid 2023. And I just started 2025, and I thought that I would do a summary video to let you guys know what's going on. But first, I have to tell you, I am beyond frustrated right now. I'm trying so hard to just stay mellow. So you all know that I have I have a blog site that I work on, and it was gaining popularity. It was doing really well. And then I decided to really put my focus into reselling, and I kind of let it go. And then in letting go, I realized that I was spending way too much money on a blog post that was gaining me very little. Honestly, I was making, I think $5 to $11 a month on affiliate stuff with that. And so I started looking at it, and I decided to cut some of the services that I was using. One of them included a template that was so easy, but it was costing me, I think it was like $19 a month. And that doesn't sound a lot, but if a blog is not making enough money, then you're just cutting your losses. So along with that, though, I'm also paying for hosting. I'm paying for the name. I am paying for some Google things that I'm using on there. I am also paying for a what is it called? It's basically a designing I don't know, a designing app to help me design and create the blog the way I wanted it to be. So I'm paying for all these things, and so I wanted to start cutting out some of the things that I used. First thing I cut out was Google Business. I don't need that anymore. And the second thing I cut out was this very easy to use template. Now, I might go back to it once the business starts picking up more, but there comes a point when you just have to just stop. So I did. So now my son, before my son, I started doing on my own, trying to design my own little template, basically a call to action button. But it's not just a button, it has to have text, it has to have pictures, and it has to be able to be a template so that it can be put into the post. So this morning I started working on that. I'm only going to spend a few hours a day working on that. It is right now almost 3 p.m. and I have been up since 6, and I have been working on this. And I have found that when you come to a point when you're working on something that you are either so frustrated or so near tears, it's time to just back away, just stop, put it away, work on something else, go for a walk, exercise, do something. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm doing something else because I got to the point with this thing that I got just so frustrated. So I'm putting it on the back burner for right now. And then of course my son jumped in, and I always hate bothering him because I know that if I even show a little bit of I'm having trouble, he will go 120 miles down the road, and he makes me a video and he shows me how to do things, and that's what he did. But the video wasn't clear, and he was using technical words that I didn't understand. I'm like, what the hell is a container? I don't know. So I told him, he said he was going to redo the video, and I told him, I'm done for the day. I'm done. I'll work on this maybe later tonight, for sure tomorrow, but right now, when I'm just so frustrated, got to walk away. Bringing me to you guys here. This is me walking away and just trying to get other things done that are on my list. So I wanted to talk about January 2025. January 2025 was a very challenging month for me in my business of reselling. And the reason why is because, number one, I retired on January 4th. Now, I had done a lot of preparation for about a year I have been watching my numbers and preparing and knowing that I set a target date. And, probably around June, I was like, oh, I'm going to stay longer. And then something would happen. I'm like, no, I'm out. And then I would say, I'll stay longer. No, I'm out. And this went on about 4 or 5 times. And then something really tragic happened to me that just, it hurt. It hurt my soul. It was ugly. And I just at that point was like, I'm done. I'm no longer a part of this. I can't be a part of this. And so I decided I was done. January 4th, I talked to HR, and then I asked HR to wait till I talked to the people I wanted to talk to, which was only about 4 or 5 people. And obviously I offended people in doing it that way. I don't know. I don't care. That is the way I wanted to do it. But either way, I retired. When you retire, there is so much paperwork. There is paperwork for this and for that and insurance. And then you have to keep like time tabs on everything. And it was kind of crazy. There was a lot of paperwork, and it was the end of the year, beginning of the new year, where we had to start working on taxes and adding things and getting everything. And it was just, my desk was full. And to add on top of that, I am still working on my dual citizenship and getting the necessary paperwork that they have asked me to get to continue that journey. I'm so close. But anyway, January was insane, okay? Then to top of all of that, I was handed the duties of being in charge of our HOA. Nobody wanted it, nobody would do it, and it kind of just ended in my lap. So I'm now working on that. So people ask why I'm single. That's why. I've got a lot going on. Then we had a major snowstorm. That was crazy. And I forget how many inches, like 11 inches of snow. And of course, like I said, I'm in charge of the HOA, so we've got to get the roads done. And I worked with the old president of the HOA, and we got things done. I couldn't get out to thrift. One of my major thrifting spots was actually closed for 2 weeks because their roads were not cleared for 2 weeks. This was a main road in St. Louis, and it wasn't cleared. It was insane. So my thrifting was way down. And then one of the other stores that was on my route is closed now. They want to turn it into a distribution center, so they said, but I'm not real sure that that's going to happen. But they basically offered workers some money to go to a certain store, or they could go to, transfer if there was an availability at another store. Then I got the stomach bug. I was down for about 2 days. January was insane. To say that I wasn't welcoming in February is just an understatement. So I'm still catching up. I've still got some things to do. I've got to finish my stats for the end of January. Another problem that I'm running into right now too, and I asked if people are going through this. I don't know. And then I called eBay last night. Big mistake. So I got somebody in another country, and he had no idea what I was talking about. And then he gave me the poofy answer of, oh yes, we are experiencing a problem with that, and I will send in a ticket for you, and eBay will get back with you in 24 hours. We know they're not going to get back to me in 24 hours. If they do, I'll be very surprised, and I will make a video about it, I promise. But basically what's happening is I have templates. I have about 25 templates made for the things that I list. And inside the templates, I have my shipping already chose and how much. And I also have a description that I've got on every one of them. And they started disappearing. Everything. And I know it has to do with them moving forward with AI. I don't want to use your AI. I use it occasionally, but I do not want to be forced. Stop erasing my templates trying to make me want to use your AI. It's too blocky. I don't like it. It's not personal. No, not yet. I do use it on some things, very rare. I'd have to say out of my 2,000 listings, 5 have AI. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I'm going to have to go all through the templates and redo the information. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to stick or not. I'm going to have to try because it became frustrating last night. I was trying to do some listings. Then I was like, yep, done. I'm just going to go to bed. And maybe when I wake up, it'll be better. It's not. But if it isn't, I'm going to give them another call tomorrow during the day and hopefully get somebody who does know what's going on. It's very confusing. You know, you can hear them. You hear this. It is kind of funny, but you'll call and you're like, you have a problem and you hear this. And all they're doing is flipping through a book trying to find an answer to your problem. When a lot of the problems that we have are not in the book. They're technical and they're glitches or they're things that are going on. And obviously not a lot of people are having this problem because nobody has responded in either two of the groups that I put it in. So, or people aren't using templates. I love templates. Oh my gosh, if they ever got rid of templates, I would be the saddest person. That's my January update. It's been crazy. January, I will have to say, is, let's just say, crazy. But I was asked by a lady yesterday, do you miss it? Do you miss work at all? And I said, I don't even feel like I was there. I had seen my chief on a Facebook thing giving out an award to somebody, and it was the most bizarre feeling in the world. It was like I knew him, but it's like I was so unfamiliar. It's like I don't know. I can't explain it. The only thing that came to me is because you weren't a part anyway. I was there for 14 years, but I kind of sequestered myself in my jail. And so I was a corrections officer because there was just so much stuff going on around me. And I figured the best thing for me to do is just to stay out of it and just put my nose right here and stay here. And in doing that, I didn't develop a lot of friendships. And I also, people probably thought I was strange because I didn't want to join in the gossip thing. I didn't want to have a clique. I didn't want to do any of those things. I just wanted to do my job, which I feel that I did my job very well. And I think if anything, I miss, it's going to sound so weird, but I miss the inmates and knowing their lives and seeing them come back through, even though I wish they wouldn't, and you always wish that they will do better, and some have done better, but you are still continually being a positive force in their lives as long as they keep coming around. And I was known as being very empathetic. I never crossed the line, never would have crossed the line. But the inmates knew that, and they knew that I was honest and I would tell them the truth, even if it hurt. And it's just, I think I missed that part the most, if anything. And the few friends, very, very few friends that I made, and 2 girlfriends that I made near the end, that had I had made those 2 girlfriends 14 years ago, it would have made my journey a whole lot easier. So that is about it. That is about my life, a little bit about my history. How am I doing? I'm doing great. My sales are up. Thank you. I know this is the slow time of the year, but I'm doing okay. And I'm happy with that. And I'm very content where I am. And, it's only 1 month. We'll see what happens. And you guys have been so supportive, and I appreciate it. I appreciate your comments, your messages, your questions. And we're just going to keep moving forward. When we have a January like this, shoot, we can handle anything, right? All right, guys, I'm going to probably take a break, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to work on these templates. I will talk to you guys later. Have an amazing February. And if your sales are down, don't worry about it, because they will come back up. I promise you. Last year, my February was horrible. I almost went, I think, 3 or 4 days without any sales in February. and it was scary. But I promise, it'll pick up. Take that time, go over your listings, work on your inventory, get rid of the death pile, because when things pick up again, you're not going to have time to do those things. So use this time, use it, and be productive. Talk to you later. Bye.